G'day, I'm Shawn Soole and we're here again for the Art of the Cocktail Festival at Clive's Classic Lounge in the Shadow Victoria. Now we've tasted and seen how to make some classic cocktails like the Old Fashioned and the Vespa. Now we're going to go into the realm of my creations. So when it comes to making cocktails at home and if you're creating, if you learn the right stuff about the classic cocktails, you're going to figure out how to make your own creations in the same sort of light. So this one uses saffron gin from France. It's actually a gin that's been infused with saffron, which is a very expensive Indian herb. Some Madeira from Portugal, some Lillet Blanc again, which I used in the Vespa, and then some Don Benedictine. Now, luckily enough, the Don Benedictine that I'm going to be using is a vintage bottle from like 1972-73. It's a little bit more herby than the modern day Don Benedictines, but still 40%. So, it's a pretty simple cocktail. It's called the Shabash. Shabash. It's an Indian word for excellent or well done. So we've got 2 basil leaves. Now all we're going to do with the basil leaves is tear them. And my favourite procedure is to spank them. So, spank them good. Now what that's going to do is release all the oils into the drink. So then we've got our saffron. I'm going to use a full 2 ounces of this. We're going to use a little bit of the Lillet and a little bit of the Madeira. Now all Madeira is going to give is a little bit of a backbone, a little bit of a kick. So it's going to be just a little bit, so less than half an ounce, like 2/3 of a half ounce. And then closer to a full half ounce for the Lillet. So this is a potent drink. So a couple of these and you'll be feeling it. And then we're going to use the Don Benedictine for a rinse. So now, ice this up, let it sit for a moment. So again, our antique cocktail glass. Now when I say rinse, we're going to take our Don Benedictine, just pour less than half an ounce in there. Just enough so you can spin it and throw it out. So now, bar spoon again. Now what we want to do now is infuse that basil oil that's been sitting there for a while with all the other flavours. So give it a good stir. Now to finish the rinse, you grab your martini glass and you just let it flow around the edge. So all this is going to do is impart the flavour of the Benedictine into the glass. Then we just throw out the excess, slide it up here. Now because we use basil, the basil may have broken down a little bit as you stirred it. So I always recommend double straining something when you've got like a herb. So just double strain, just to make sure if there's any little broken basil leaves, it doesn't end up in the drink. There we go. So, the twist, like I said, classic DNA. We grab our grapefruit juice, we use the potato peeler again, over the top of the drink. We got a beautiful, look at that, that's gorgeous. So now what we're going to do, again, trim it up, it's always about presentation. Gone are the day of the big garnishes with the horrible pineapples and parasols and cherries, back of the days of the twist. So, no pith, perfect. So we just give it a little twist over the top and then just lay it in there. So it's a little bit big for the glass, we could have shrunk that down a little bit, but there we go. We have the Shabash. I'm Shawn Soole, I'm here with the Art of the Cocktail, November 7th and 8th in Victoria.